One simple question. Do you all have phones yet? Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we are headed back to the world of Diablo Immortal. The good old people at Blizzard Entertainment have dropped on us, kind of out of nowhere, a technical alpha. Now what that means is there's going to be a very limited region that actually could go in and download Diablo Immortal right now and play it, and I will tell you what that region is in a little bit. Blizzard really dropped on us a lot of information about this game today. I've got 3 separate videos that we're going to be looking at, all in 4K. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to support smaller channels. All right, let's jump right into this. Right now I'm on the website Polygon. Title of this article: Diablo Immortal won't have Diablo III style seasons. Blizzard's mobile Diablo is more about single character experience. Now, I don't know how many times I've said it on this channel, and I don't know if it will ever get old, but Diablo Immortal was probably the worst launched from a reaction standpoint game I have ever seen from a community. That 2018 Blizzcon was brutal. I mean, talk about not knowing your target audience. You have your most hardcore PC fan base that have flown to see the next Diablo installment, and you straight up tell them, no, nothing for PC, only mobile. Just in case you forgot just how bad this is, check out this video.
Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this just strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
Freaking brutal. So what's going on with Diablo Immortal now? Lots of news. On Thursday, Blizzard revealed a host of new details around Diablo Immortal, its mobile Diablo game, and even launched an alpha test in Australia. If you live in Australia, you can play Diablo Immortal right now as part of their alpha test. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones. I guess, I don't know if you feel that being able to play a mobile Diablo game is lucky. Maybe. Diablo Immortal is similar in many ways to Diablo III, but in a preview event on Monday, Blizzard told us it's a mobile game is more about single character experience than the current Diablo game for console and PC. That means one major feature will be absent from Diablo Immortal at launch, and that is seasons. No seasons coming to this game, and I am totally fine with that. They can axe that. I couldn't imagine having to start over and do seasons on a mobile device. That sounds like it will suck. Now, I told you at the beginning I have 3 separate videos that are new on Diablo Immortal, and I'm going to give you one of the videos right now, and it's the character introduction video that breaks down 4 of the 6 classes. Enjoy. In the comment section below, I want to know what was your favorite intro scene out of those 8. I'm curious if it aligns with mine. Diablo Immortal seems influenced by World of Warcraft in a way. Instead of seasons, Immortal will lure players back with expansions and major patches to keep the game fresh. Conceivably, players will have characters years from now that they've put almost all their time into. Now, I want to be as clear as possible. That's how it was in Diablo 2, and that's what I like. I like being able to jump across multiple level 90 characters and continue to push them or continue to find gear for them. Starting over and over and over and over again ends up getting old and people end up being sick of it. So, I mean, granted, again, this is a mobile title. I like that they're not doing any form of seasons or anything like that. This is a substantial shift in philosophy for Diablo, particularly for hardcore players. I've spent time more than 30 characters in Diablo 3 since Blizzard launched the game in 2012, but characters in Diablo 3 are quick to come and easy to let go. Seasonal models depend on players moving on to a new every few months, swapping character classes depending on the seasonal event. Some players even create hardcore characters. I always start with a hardcore character, who disappear after their first death. Blizzard wants players to invest in their Diablo Immortal characters for years to come, and Diablo 3 seasons aren't compatible with any kind of play style. Okay, video number 2 coming up. This is literally only like a 40-second video, but it kind of sets the story for what we're going to be dealing with in Diablo Immortal.
This tale is from before Baal led his army, before he breached the gates of Seshron and put the barbarian city to the sword, before 1,000 times before, to the time of the Horadrim, who faced the Lord of Destruction and imprisoned him within the Soul Stone.
I do have to say, that little 40-50 second teaser video about the story and seeing Baal, it did make me want to play this game. Then I remembered it was on mobile, so I kind of fell back to earth. That being said, of course I'm going to try this game when it officially drops. Now we're back on the Diablo Immortal website, and obviously you got to see Wyatt be unfortunately booed at BlizzCon 2018 earlier, but we're going to give him a second chance because we're nice here at Action RPG. Enjoy this 6-minute, I think it's 5 or 6 minute video of Wyatt breaking down all the goodies coming for Diablo Immortal, and then at the end I'm going to give you my opinion. Enjoy.
Hello everyone, this is Wyatt Chang from the Diablo Immortal team. While I wish we could have all seen each other at BlizzCon this year, I am happy to be able to share some exciting news. The Diablo Immortal team is making great progress, and we're ready to move to a limited public technical alpha. What this means is that a small number of players, primarily in Australia, will briefly have access to test the game and help us look at our early leveling experience as well as our mid-game systems. A technical alpha also gives the team a chance to test both server stability and client performance. This is an important step in making sure the game feels great when we get it into everybody's hands. We're looking for feedback from alpha testers to make sure that we're delivering on that visceral combat, epic loot, and amazing moment-to-moment gameplay you've come to expect from Diablo. In addition to announcing the technical alpha, we'd also like to take this opportunity to update you on some other things that we've been working on. Progress continues on our all-new storyline, which takes place in between the events of Diablo II and Diablo III. The story begins in Wortham and will take players through some new and familiar places. We'll be sharing the first part of the storyline with testers in the alpha. In addition to the main quest line, participants will encounter a variety of mini-quests, side dungeons, and bosses. Players will also be able to meet up with one another in Westmarch, the central hub city in Diablo Immortal. The Diablo Immortal team has been hard at work on itemization, including legendary items, which can enhance or modify skills to have game-changing effects. Some examples include a legendary item that turns your fireballs into frozen orbs that chill and slow your enemies, or one that upgrades your cleaving attack so that slain enemy corpses explode. In Diablo Immortal, all legendary gear is self-found. That's right, you're gonna find your legendary gear yourself. Legendary gear cannot be traded. But if all the gear is self-found, what do you do with the items that you don't want? For the first time in a Diablo game, Diablo Immortal will feature an item leveling system. You'll be able to salvage unwanted items into crafting materials and then use those materials to rank up the items you love the most. Every time an item gains a rank, its stats will improve, and at certain levels, your item will gain a random bonus property. We like how this system is coming along, and we look forward to refining the system after we collect feedback. The technical alpha will have 4 of our final 6 playable classes: the Barbarian, the Monk, the Demon Hunter, and the Wizard. For the purposes of the alpha, we're going to be reducing the level cap to 45. You may remember the Paragon system from Diablo III. This system allowed players to continue to grow in power after they reached the level cap. We're making some changes to the Paragon system in Diablo Immortal. There will be a variety of Paragon trees to invest in, each suited to a different playstyle. One tree might focus on slaying enemies, while another might benefit group play. We're going to unlock Paragon levels at 45 in the technical alpha so that we can give that system some early testing. So beyond playing the main quest line and slashing your way through dungeons, Diablo Immortal is also going to feature Elder Rifts. Elder Rifts are similar to Greater Rifts from Diablo III in that they are short, randomized experiences. In Diablo Immortal, players won't need keys to enter. You're welcome to run Elder Rifts to your heart's content to farm XP and loot. To spice up the Rift experience, we're introducing a new item type called Crests. If a player uses a crest when they open an Elder Rift, that rift will gain random modifiers. Sometimes these modifiers are going to make the rift more challenging, sometimes easier, but always more rewarding. Some of you have asked, how much is Diablo Immortal going to cost? The entire main quest storyline and all future content updates are always going to be free. We are not going to limit your game time using an energy system, and new classes will be accessible to everybody without requiring an in-game purchase. Diablo Immortal will be free to play with optional in-game purchases available. For example, we are going to have a battle pass, and the crests that I mentioned earlier will also be available for players to purchase. Players should always feel that spending money in Diablo Immortal is entirely optional and not required to enjoy the game. You can learn more by reading our blog that goes into detail regarding our free-to-play values. Well, that's about it for today. As excited as we are to be entering this public testing phase, I would like to remind everyone that this is a limited technical alpha, and it's an early look at the game. We're going to be listening for feedback and taking our time to get things right. Diablo Immortal has been a labor of love, and on behalf of the entire Diablo Immortal team, thank you. And we can't wait until we can see all of you in Sanctuary.
All right, time for my opinion. You now know everything I know about Diablo Immortal, and I've already told you that when this game drops, of course I am going to play it. Just like it doesn't matter how bad the reviews are on Diablo 4, of course I'm going to play it and test it and tell you what I think. Now, do I ever think that a Diablo Immortal game on mobile can touch a PC action RPG? No, that will never happen. It literally doesn't matter how good the game is. Now, can Diablo Immortal feel like a true entry in the Diablo game universe? I think the answer is maybe. This cannot feel like a game that they just licensed out to another company to make for them and they just put in some Diablo names. It cannot be like that. They have to nail the music. They have to nail the characters and the voice lines. They got to nail the story. And of course, multiplayer has to be awesome. Now, there was some things in there that I absolutely loved that Wyatt said, and I think they are trying to make good on how bad that 2016 BlizzCon was. The game will be completely free to play. There is no item that somebody can spend money on and get that you can't find yourself. You're not going to be able to pay to progress. There's not going to be an energy system where they stop you from playing, and then of course you have to pay money. And the trading where you actually have to find your own legendaries, that's kind of cool too, right? You just can't have a friend go and, hey, they're really good, here's all these items to make you good. No, you have to do the work yourself. And in a game like this where you're putting in the hours and you're looting and you're creating your character and you're trying to get better, I do like that, because if the items you find show on your character, well, then it's kind of like that stamp, like, yes, I found this item myself. Final thought, dropping those 3 videos and now being able to see that there's an entire group of people that can play this game will build buzz for this title. There's already people on my Discord, people in my community trying to figure out a way to become Australian so they can play Diablo Immortal. The Diablo community is starved for new content. They don't want to keep running new seasons for Diablo 3. Literally every time there's even tidbits of information on Diablo 4, they want to know what's going on. That being said, Wyatt was very smart and put it in the end of his video. This is testing. There's potentially, I think he's what says there's still a ways out until this game is ready, and they want to make sure it's right. So are we going to get Diablo Immortal anytime soon? I think the answer is unfortunately no. I mean, maybe we get it in 2021. I think that sounds realistic, but I would guess more towards the end of 2021 before we get this game. There is still no official release date, and Diablo Immortal right now, the test phase only has 4 of the 6 classes. So in that intro video, you are missing Necromancer, and you're missing Crusader. There's going to be 6 playable classes, male and female for each, in Diablo Immortal. So don't hold your breath for this game to be dropping towards the end of the year or even Q1. I think we're going to be waiting longer than that. All right, everybody, that's the video. If you have not joined the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We are literally 1 member away from 500. Great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is in the description. Thank you all for watching. Stay home, stay safe. Do not forget to join the official Action RPG Discord. Aaron, out.
you